Afternoon, stupid stream. How are you doing? Sorry, I'm late. For some reason, this stream wasn't there. Just wasn't there. I don't know why. So I just set it all up again because it vanished. But anyway, it's back. So, how are we all doing? There's only 28 of us in here, but might as well do it anyway. Hit the thumb. How are you doing? Mayor, afternoon. Paolo, Evil, Crom, Christian, Fletch, Steve, Gregors, Brian, Virginia, Mark. How are we doing? So, yes, we're back. 1 second. Buttons. So this morning, sorry, I'm all over the place now because it went wrong. So this morning, DAX and the FTSE both clean breaks. Really crap, but TP1 hit, second out. Same there. You can't see it because it's been behind my head. DAX was a clean break. I took target. Look at that for a TP. So I took my target there and closed out the second half there because I was looking for a gap fill. So they just literally did the gap fill and dropped. So it was good. Did push up to target eventually, but you would have been hedged if you'd have, or you would have been stopped out if you're using ORB, depending which one you're using. But we're back to basically inside the range again. So market's not gone anywhere today. It's gone up, it's come down, back in the range. So load of rubbish today. All profitable though. So made money, but really do much. Afternoon, JC, Kennedy, Baggy. So yes, news today. We've got ISM services PMIs in about half an hour. We had Powell speaking. This was kind of overnight, actually. Powell speaking, but nothing particularly exciting came of that. So PMIs at 3 o'clock today. We've got the Aussie rate tomorrow, which is the first big news this week, and then the press conference. So sometime between 5:45, 6:15 a.m. You're going to get some movement on the Aussie. We've got CAD Macklem speaking tomorrow. We've got unemployment for New Zealand tomorrow night. Then a day off. Then we've got unemployment claims for the US, and then a day off. And then we've got unemployment rate for the CAD, which is the big one. So, in a sec. I've got lots going on at the moment. I'm on the waiting list for a class later, and I just need to get... Oh, God's sake, really? Did I miss that? Got this waiting list system at our gym, right? So it sends you a message and says, you have to go on the waiting list if you miss it. There's only a certain number of spaces in the class. So it sends you a message, right? By the time you get the message and get into the app and get into the class you want, someone's got it. So it becomes this race for whoever's on the waiting list to get to the thing first. I used to be in another gym, and basically what they did was you go onto a waiting list and you are number one, and then you're number two, and then you're number three. And number one gets 5 or 10 minutes to claim the spot. If he doesn't get it, the next person does. If they want it, the next one does. This one, if there's 50 people on the waiting list, everybody gets bombarded at the same time. This fastest finger first. It's like playing Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Anyway, I missed that one. So if my phone goes, I might have to grab it. So that's news today and this week. No news this morning, particularly exciting. We had Kashkari talking today. It's kind of the same as came out of the Fed overnight. So nothing exciting basically today. It's the same old being regurgitated. We've had some earnings. McDonald's missed revenue. Obviously, everyone's getting thinner. So there we go. So we'll see what happens at the open, which we got a nice rally going in pre-open. We've got 44 seconds to go. We'll have a look at FX in a minute. Let's just wait and see what happens with the open today. I couldn't get out of that NASDAQ on Friday. That completely ruined my day on Friday. I had a really good day. I got out the Dow nicely, got out the S&P nicely, beautiful profit on the FTSE, DAX was good, and then the NASDAQ took the whole lot. Believe it. Anyway, not a lot I could do with that. So we'll see where we go today. Create an EA for the gym app. Solved. That would be nice. Okay. Long NASDAQ. Afternoon, Peter. Alan Bay, outro. How we doing? So quick, there's a nice lot of volume coming in. The volume this morning on the European markets was terrible. So decent amount of volume coming in today. You can see it's whipping a lot of fast movement all over the place. So hopefully we'll get a nice break today. So upside targets, Friday was high of the week across all of them. So upside targets today, you'll be looking at butting into Friday's high. Probably going to find some limit order triggers there if we manage to move up. Downside is going to be Friday's low. So obviously we had news on Friday, so it's basically a whipsaw day. So beyond ADR to the downside across the board, and upside, we're not looking at sort of much. It's not too shy of ADR to the upside. NASDAQ's quite shy actually. So down on the Dow. So short break on the Dow. See where we go. Good day, Lee the Great. Good day, David the Magnificent. Short S&P. So we'll be getting hedged on one of these. The S&P's broken short and the NASDAQ's broken long. It's high probability of a hedge on one or both. Sent you something on Telegram. Have you now? Can't really see that. Not a major issue, just my info panel colors. Well, it's the white. There's a white box drawn behind the info panel. So for some reason, it hasn't drawn the white box. This is just a. You can't select it, but that's just a box basically that gets drawn on initialization of the EA. So if you've, I don't know how you would get rid of that, to be honest. No. For those of you that have no idea what I'm talking about, that white box basically. So when the EA is put on the chart, first thing it does is it draws a white box, and then it places all this text on top of the white box, which is obviously missing for some reason. Oh, hang on. You're using MT5. I know why. It's because you're using MT5. I don't know why, but it's because you're using MT5. Stop it. Seriously, people, stop using MT5. It's broken. There is no reason. Logic, right? Little lesson in logic. So, line 1, initialize EA. Line 2, draw white box. Lines 3 to 700,000, however many there are. Do everything else. That is the first thing that happens. Literally, the first thing it does, draws a box. It's not possible for the EA to get to any of the other code that it's done there to even draw this text without drawing the box. But MT5 is capable of doing that because it's special. Special. We'll call it special. Not broken, not bugged. It's a feature. Feature of MT5. I don't know. It just does. I feel like you should have a banner. Don't use MT5. I might put it in my little ticker along the bottom. Please don't use MT5. But then there's only 71 people in here. Everybody else will just be going, oh, I want to use MT5. Because that's wrong with MT5 when it's working. It just doesn't work very often. For me, anyway. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. But anyway, we need more likes. So while you're waiting... right, 5-minute candles in. So there's your 5-minute opening range. Fairly decent range on the NASDAQ today. Broken long. Dow, decent range as well. Short break. S&P, back in the range. So all three indices totally out of sync today. One long, one short, one hasn't got a clue. Not unusual in earnings fortnight because obviously we're getting earnings reports and obviously those earnings are in different stock markets. So you do tend to get a bit of deviation across them. But I suspect one of these two will get hedged today. So either this will drive down or that will drive up with that. So either the NASDAQ will be in charge and the S&P will rally to hedge, or the S&P will be in charge and the NASDAQ will drop to hedge. And hopefully the Dow will just go short. But a lot of volatility coming in. Look at this. Jumping all over the place today. It's nice to see some volume. We'll give that another 5 minutes and come back to that and see where we are. So far today, H1M5, not really banked anything. I'll just change my chart colors to white. That would work. Yep. That's why it draws a white box. Because if you're using a dark chart, you still can see it. That's exactly the reason I have that box. So that dark chart people can see it. CMT5, not interested. NT5, it's not a bug, it's a feature. Yeah. Braveheart style charge on the NAS open. Yeah, being squashed though. Straight into the pre-market high, basically. So that's the pre-market high. We just rallied straight into pre-market high and hit a brick wall. So we'll see if they've got more. I mean, basically, if we rally on the NAS today, we are going to run into resistance very quick. So resistance is obviously this monthly high and last week's high, which is also Friday's high. So we've got monthly limit orders, weekly limit orders, and daily limit orders all sitting there. So if we do rally into that level, we're going to hit a bucket load of orders there. So it might be quite tough to get out those highs today, but that's how new highs are made. Yeah, not a lot of... we're inside bar across the board at the moment. There's no volume coming straight after the open. So, right. So H1M5 mean reversion, 0.27 banked on Friday. Nothing banked today so far. Taking a new position on pound US. Literally just taken it. H1M5 mean reversion. So there's your hourly RSI extension. 5-minute reversal alert has just gone in there. Currently retesting. So hopefully we just get the pop from that. So that's first entry on that one. Looking for a retest basically back of the propulsion move from Friday. Could well obviously just come up and retest either that level there or back up to here, but we'll see what happens. So first entry taken, pound US long. Pound CAD. That was last week. And Euro CAD. That was last week as well. Yeah, that's the only new entry today. Euro pound, we've got some movement. So a nice rally up to ADR on the euro pound. Again, just targeting that propulsion move, but not really going anywhere at the minute. We are moving up and down, but that's about it. So nothing to bank there at the moment at all. RSI extensions today, we've got a few. So Euro US dollar is extended, so I'll be taking first entry on this one today when we get a reversal alert. We didn't quite get it. So the pound US dollar and the euro US dollar, pretty much the same thing happening, obviously, because it's European markets against the US market. So these are both pushing very, very similarly. Pound US dollar, I've just got the reversal alert and first entry on that one. Euro US dollar, I will be getting into it when we get the reversal alert in, which we haven't got just yet. So just waiting for some little bit more strength to come through on that one, and I'll be going along on that as well. So both of those nice H1 RSI extensions. Yeah, so we're just looking for a nice pullback out of that move. So exactly the same trades as these two. That one there, out. That one there, out. First entry will be going in here. So same play, just playing back up into propulsion. And the pound US dollar, same thing. So we had one entry there, we had one entry there. So EA's got into that one, looking to target propulsion. The only other two you got is the US dollar CAD, which is extended to the upside. So this move from Friday, so far, market seems to be holding it, and we're rallying away. Not massively strong. So it's the sort of move I think will probably maybe grind for a bit and then come back down in a few days' time. We've got obviously PMIs coming out in 20 minutes. So if we get a massive negative number on that, it's all going to unravel very, very quick. So it's going to take a fairly big miss on this. We're forecasting a drop already. So if we don't get the drop to 52 and we get a 52.4 or something like that, that's obviously going to be bullish US. But if we get anything lower than a 52, there's a good chance we might just undo the move from Friday. I doubt it will do it today, but grind back down and just retest that area. So US dollar CAD and US dollar Swiss, both opportunities to go short. Not great. They're not that extended at the moment, but you can take a reversal alert short on it. But I'd rather wait for it to get a little bit more stretched before getting into that. So two entries there today, Euro US and Pound US. Just got on the Pound US so far. I'll be waiting for the Euro US to trigger. ADR reversals. We've got a few ADRs to look at. Nothing banked today. 2.57 banked on Friday. Good day Friday. We undid a lot of the moves. So a lot of this is just in at the moment, waiting for things to come to fruition. We'll have a look at those in a sec. Let's just quickly go back and have a look at what's going on over here. So yeah, so S&P pulling down. So that's going to hedge the NASDAQ. So as I said, one of these is going to hedge, likely. Hopefully we just don't get that ahead of the news, which is a possibility. We might hedge on everything today ahead of the news. You get these, when you've got news coming up, obviously market tends to wait for the news before it puts orders in. So might get a little bit of a whip, which will be a pain if that does before the news, but we'll see. So hedged on the NASDAQ. So NAS today, that's a little bit too close to get out. We'll see what the price action's like once we got the news. But if we are just sort of trading normally, there's probably an exit opportunity there. 5 hours all the way up there. ADR is a long way away on this. Look, yeah. So that's the average daily range of the pair, the instrument. So, you know, you don't want to just jump out there just because it's hit a limit. It might trigger off of that, but better off to wait and give it a little bit of time to play out. This is an hour and a half into the session. Yeah, so there's plenty of time to go on this. So don't want to jump out too soon. But target to the downside, just going to leave it at 5 hours today because they're both within ADR. So if we get any kind of movement, sort of 3/4 of an ADR on the NASDAQ today, there's a good chance it will start to pull back at some point from there. So I'm going to leave those as they are. Dow isn't moving much at the moment and the S&P stuck. So we'll come back to that in a minute. We got 45 minutes till news. So there's 3 ADR extensions today. New Zealand dollar Swiss we looked at this morning. This isn't really an RSI, an ADR extension. Look at the broker candle on this. Yeah, so the broker basically spread by half an ADR today. So this was a hit straight up into ADR, but it was actually a double top off of yesterday's high. So this isn't really an ADR hit and reversal. This is an ADR reversal. This is yesterday's high bounce basically. So that wasn't really one. It did signal, and if you are taking 100% ADR reversals with the EA, you would have got into this. But as you can see, that was the hit there. The reversal, the first reversal that was there, so that would have been your entry. So you're basically exactly at entry at the moment. It hasn't gone anywhere since we hit that level. So not a great entry, that one today. Pound Swiss, that one's basically already played out. That was a hit to the upside, wasn't it? Yeah. So that was the ADR hit to the upside. So again, really hard reversal on this one because it was like literally 20 minutes straight up, and then it's come back down. So that's really the only profit you've had out of it. You've had half an ADR from the reversal, but it's 27 pips. You had it, half an ADR, so it's worth it. It's just very hard to get into today. And euro pound. So euro pound ADR, you've just had the reversal alert, literally just triggered 15-20 minutes ago. So there's your short. But that was a bit of a broker candle as well. So yeah, I mean that's only 11 pips, but this is only a 31 ADR. So not the greatest entry in the world. So not very good ADR entries today. They're all a bit wishy-washy. But so yeah, so nothing to bank at the moment because we haven't gone anywhere. We're just moving up and down at the minute. So come on, S&P, don't hedge. Let's just decide on direction, can we? You know when you take a mouthful of coffee and you think, there's only a little bit left, and you try and put it all in, and it's like, oh, it's too much. I just did that. And it's when you actually cough while you're doing that. So yeah, not going anywhere at the moment. So yeah, ADR reversals up 3.2% on the month at the moment. We're only on the 5th, so just waiting for stuff to come into fruition. CAD yen is the only thing that's coming close to banking today. Not a massive target. Pound yen ADR as well. So we've got a nice move starting on this yen by the looks of things. I'm just going to move TP down a little bit on that one, just because we've got US dollar news coming out in a minute. If we get negative US move, then the CAD's going to drop. So there's a chance we might get an ADR hit on that. So I'm just going to move TP down, just see if we can squeeze a little bit more out of it. But that propulsion gap is basically where I was targeting. So I'll see what that's like just before the news. It's not really a lot of money at the moment, so I'm not going to take that off just yet. Wrong account. So hedging, banked 3.55% on Friday, 0.72 banked so far today. Pound yen is in profit. That's just taken an entry, so TP at the lows. Euro yen. I need to make a note of what 0.5% profit is. I'm getting confused because I've got so many accounts running. I can never remember what balances I've got on the accounts. So yeah, I'm just going to leave that on propulsion, I think. Not a big target, but again, just want to be in and out. So pound yen, US dollar yen. That's a long. Oh, that's a terrible reversal alert, that. So, yeah, I mean, that's a really bad alert. Look. That's the entry, look. Missed half the move. So I'm just going to break even, stop that. Just in case we get a negative move on the US dollar, then I don't want to go into drawdown on that. There's no point. The pound yen will then play out, and so will the euro yen. So everything else is fine. So yeah, so up 8.5% on the month on that one. Right. Let's get back to what the indices are up to. So dropping on the NASDAQ. So they are starting to come down. So we might get a little bit of strength coming through on that US. We'll see what the news is like. Catch up on chat while we're waiting for the news. If there's anything you want to look at, let me know. I did go through every pair this morning. Wasn't pretty because it's just crap and sideways at the moment. So afternoon IT, Neo. Always the optimist. Why limit the fun? Just one hedge. Yeah, let's do them all. Like a challenge. Are you still keeping Dow Jones? You didn't say it wasn't profitable. Yeah, I'm still trading the Dow. Just because it's had a bad month doesn't mean it's not profitable. What do I have my offsets on? So 10 on the Dow, 40 on the NASDAQ, and 10 on the S&P. I mean, it doesn't matter what the offsets are. It's just a bit, you know, if it's that much or that much, it's whatever. Isn't it? It either hits it or it doesn't. I don't want to be too tight, basically. I want to give it a chance to open in case it's whippy, but there's no right or wrong. It's just whatever. Have you managed to look at Blue FX, where you wanted to show live trades? Yeah, it doesn't work, basically. Yeah, I mean, this is the account. There's the deposit. There's the trades. So it's all in there, but doesn't show open orders. But open orders, pending orders, closed trades. So it shows. Oh, look at that! I've been holding positions for 9,883 hours. Yeah, it shows all the closed, but it doesn't show open orders. I don't know. Maybe it's broken. Maybe they're just not supporting it anymore. I don't know. FX Blue. FX Blue has always been one of those sites where it's just a bit. Yeah, it's always been a bit wishy-washy. The design's always been crap. It's really good, but I just think they're not bothering with it anymore. That's all closed trades. There's nothing there you can do to make it include open positions. Don't know. This doesn't work. So I just wanted something to basically what I wanted to do, what I was trying to do was either get something that's got a nice widget you can just put on your website, or something I can scrape. So I can scrape data into my database, and then I can use charting Google Charts to just publish all of that on the website. So I was hoping I was going to be able to scrape FX Blue, but it doesn't even show the live trade. So I might maybe use my FX book. I just don't like that system at all. You have to have an EA running on your account and stuff, whereas FX Blue you don't. I don't know. I'm still thinking about what I want to do with it, really. We're still stuck. Could you please explain basket trading more? Yeah, sure. There's a bootcamp here, position trading bootcamp. That explains it in detail. In fact, the best thing to do is go and get the position trading handbook, which is free. Just click on that and it just opens it. That will give you everything to watch in order. That fully explains position trading. I can't explain it to you in here because that's a 25-hour course that I've put together for free on the website. So unless you've got 25 hours and we can sit here until tomorrow, unfortunately, I've got another live stream in between that. I can't explain it all to you now, no. As much as I'd love to. Oh, sorry. Were you? Oh, this is a single question. Sorry, I've just read the second part of your question. First entry is 125% today. Tomorrow the lines move, so you measure to have new entries where 150 was yesterday. No. So if you're with the ADR strategy, ADR is the entry method. So it moves up beyond 125% of ADR. In my case, it takes a trade. Yeah. If it moves up tomorrow, I just get in. So I scale in half an ADR apart. So once price has moved half an ADR against me, I wait for a reversal alert and then I enter again. Why don't the EA does? It's all explained in the bootcamp. Also, what 20% risk over half ADR means. It's all explained in the bootcamp. I can't go through all these questions. It's literally a 25-hour course. I can't just answer one question. It will make absolutely no sense. Watch the bootcamp. Another MT4 broker came across the radar over the weekend. Ventura. Well, they don't come up on page 1 of Google when you put their name in. If they don't do that, I'm not interested. Ventura? No, that's to do with coffee. Don't know that one. Thanks for subscribing, Didi. Welcome aboard. Oil? No. Yeah, I haven't got an oil one. We'll just use this one. Same answer. No. Don't trade it. With the H1 hedging, since you get locked into a hedge anyway, shouldn't that cap the drawdown? Yeah. Why does it go into so much drawdown? It doesn't. It caps the drawdown. If you got it, so this one, for example, here, I've got exactly the same lots long as I have short. It's locked in at $114. Unless it doesn't lock in exactly the same lot sizing. So you can have an instance where you get ever so slightly different lot sizing, depending on your balance. But I mean, it's locked in as a hedge. Dow breaking down. Just about to hit target if we can get out below this low. So we're double bottoming on the initial cash balance low there. Look. So if we can break that, we should get a nice little flush out the bottom today. There we go. There's your pop. You're not going to hit my target, are you? And it's 3 o'clock. Closing that because it's 3 o'clock. News has just come out. Just in case it flushes back the opposite direction. No, that's good. We're going. So we're off to the south. Sounds like that's positive news for the US dollar. Or looks like it's positive news for the US dollar. See where it goes. Yeah, 53.4 positive US. Big gap up there, look. That's bullish US dollar. So that US dollar yen hedge will be pushing. I'm just going to stick a trailer on this. Might as well. I don't want to be long on the yen, basically. Long against the yen. So I don't trust this to go up. So I'm just going to stick a trailer on it just to bank something on it because I want to be out, really. Much rather be positioned the other way. Okay, S&P just new low of the day. So he's just broken the pre-market lows. With how come you didn't mention the SIH in the recent YouTube vid? What, the profit one? Because that's for position trading. That's literally what the market reversal alert and position trading is doing. Amy, I use FX Blue for copying my trades to a second account. Yeah. FX, that's how I found FX Blue years and years and years and years ago. Because I was looking for a trade copier and theirs is free. So it's really good. Nothing wrong with their trade copy. It's very good. It's just the website. It's very, like, I don't know. Just looks a bit old and DIY, doesn't it? Afternoon, Thomas. It's spelled Fintura. Never heard of them. Went live August 2023. Haven't been around long. Eden Island in Mahe. Where the hell's that? Seychelles. Okay, they're over here somewhere. They're on that little island in the middle of nowhere. That's where they live. It's got to be the richest island in the world now, hasn't it? So many brokers are on the Seychelles. All your money is there, look. There's Police Bay. They're all being paid off. Looks nice, doesn't it? Oh, I want to go there. Look, there's... How did you get there? She's marooned. She's got a little fire up there ready to go, just in case a boat goes past. Very pretty, isn't it? You're about to get killed. Anyway, yeah, that's where they're based. They haven't been around for very long, though. So like with all these new brokers, I mean, you have to try them and see what happens. But I'd rather just stick with the big boys. Do I trade the London close? No. Well, I do trade in London, yeah, but just trade. There's no such, it's just trade. Don't trade a specific close. H1 hedging FX, not indices. With hedging, since you get locked into a hedge, shouldn't you cap that drawdown? Why does it go into so much drawdown? Right. Okay. So with the H1 hedging strategy, because you're not hedging, are you? You're only hedging while you're hedged. When you remove the hedge, your drawdown exponentially grows. Yeah. So this one here, for example, yeah, we got 2 longs and a short on the New Zealand dollar Swiss. So whichever way this goes, doesn't matter, does it? So if it drops and I get out down there, fantastic. Then what am I? Long there and long there. So as soon as that short closes out, I've just got shed loads of long positions in drawdown. So that number, which is negative 0.3, as soon as I close that out, that short, that will jump up big star while we wait for the next reversal alert. Then we are just in a normal position trade, aren't we? So you're only hedging. Literally, all hedging means is taking a long and taking a short. So what this strategy does is it takes every reversal alert. So if there's a reversal alert long, we go long. If there's a reversal alert short, we go short. If the reversal alert long and short happens within 1 pip of each other, so be it. We're long and short. What we do is we wait and we get out of one of them, and then the other one becomes a position trade. Still position trading. It's just hedging. So you only, yes, if you took exactly the same lot size. So if I had 1 long, 1 short, there you go, look. So Euro Swiss. We have a 0.15 long, a 0.15 short. That is 0.16 in drawdown, and that will never change. If this goes to there, it will be 0.16 in drawdown. If it goes to there, it will be 0.16 in drawdown. That is never going to change. However, when we get down to here and I take that one off, whatever that is, will be my drawdown on the long position, and that will jump up from 0.16 to whatever the drawdown is on the long, which will be maybe 1.5%, which is why you see this suddenly jump up to 15%, but you will bank 20%. And then you deal with the hedges, deal with the drawdown on the other positions. It's exactly the same as position trading, except we can, what we're doing is we're not waiting for the market to get extended. We're just getting in. When the market gets extended, we decide to get out of one side, and then we wait for the mean reversion. So if you were to go long there and short there, right, and it pushes up to there, you take off the long, bank 3%, go 3.5% into drawdown, and then you get out of that opposite move when they do the profit take. Which is why it's more aggressive, which is why it gets into drawdown, because you're always in drawdown on something. Always in every pair pretty much, always in drawdown. It will always be in large drawdown, but it will also bank massive. It's banked 9% in 5 days. Well, not 5 days. So this is the 3rd trading day. 3 days, banked 9%, sitting in 4.5% of drawdown. This will keep banking. This will keep getting bigger. But it will hit a terminal velocity because the market moves up and down. So when you get into big drawdown on something, that's not big, it's only 1.5%. But when it gets into 3 or 4 or 5% of drawdown, it will then pull back and we exit. And if it doesn't, we'll use that to do drawdown control. But the version of this I had running on the server last year, which just banked that 140%, had absolutely no intervention. It was completely automated, but I'm doing it manually. I think I can do better than the EA because I'm obviously paying attention to market movement. So, but that's why it goes into big drawdown, because it's only hedged for a portion of time. When it unhedges, it's then in drawdown, isn't it? Opposite way. TP hit on the S&P. You gonna bother? You gonna hit me? Gonna let me out? You're just gonna sit there and piss off. Out of the S&P short. That's my TP. That's the bottom of the candle. There's no way I'm letting that happen. So out S&P, second position break even. 2R locked in on the Dow, second half as well. So trading stop down to 2R. So that's guaranteed to lock in 4R. Do you journal individual trades, batches, or just look at your monthly, weekly results? No, don't journal. Well, I mean, no, it's all on the chart, isn't it? All my trades are on the charts, so everything I trade is kind of journaled in the respect of that. But every trade I take is exactly the same, isn't it? It's an H1 M5 mean reversion. Yeah, so there's no reason to journal the reason for getting into the trade. The reason for getting into the trade on this account is H1 M5 mean reversion. The reason for getting in here is ADR reversal. Pound US dollar is extended. ADR hit on pound US dollar. The reason for getting into this is a reversal alert. So there's no need to journal anything. All my history is journaled there. If ever I want to see everything, I can just export the data and stick it in Quant Analyzer and look at it in there. Up to you. People that I used to journal everything. I used Edgewonk, a piece of software called Edgewonk, to journal every single trade I took, because I needed to control my reasoning for getting into a trade. So I struggled with getting into trades too often, over trading basically, because I got bored. There was no setup, and I would get into a trade and I would be able to see when trades went wrong, it was because there was no entry. And it was like, oh, it's nearly extended. I'll do that. And then it would go wrong, and I'd be like, right, I've lost X% this month. Why have I lost it? Well, it's that trade, that trade, that trade. Why did I take that trade? Because it looked like it might bounce at the high. Well, that's not a reason to get in, is it? Yeah. If you have a problem following a strategy, you should journal, because it will teach you where you're going wrong. I don't have a problem following a strategy because I don't trade. The EA does it for me, which takes the emphasis away from me. If there's no setups, there are no trades. So I don't need to journal anything. I can tell you every single trade on this account is taken with an H1 RSI extension and a 5-minute reversal alert, because this is all it does. And I don't do it, do I? So the only thing and also US dollar CAD ADR. So US dollar is moving nicely. Coming up to double top, weekly, monthly highs. Mean reversion opportunity there. So yeah, I don't journal because I have nothing to journal. The only thing I do analyze, and I use Quant Analyzer for this, is every quarter. I mean, it's not necessarily quarterly. It's every now and again. I will stick my account history into Quant Analyzer and look at it and just eyeball it to see what is and what isn't producing profits, and look at why it's not happening, which is why I've got rid of oil, why I've got rid of gold, because I don't make profit on them. So it's useful for that. If you have something that you trade regularly that after 6 months it's made a loss, look at it in detail and go, right, why is it made a loss? Is it just the market is really weird on that instrument at the moment? Am I following the strategy properly? Is it just not a profitable instrument? Is it because the broker spreads me in too often on the New Zealand dollar? Therefore, I'm getting ridiculously crap entries. Is there something I can do about that? So that's what journaling is for. It's to find your problems. So you won't know you've got a problem until you look at it, and you won't be able to look at it until you've been trading the same strategy for 3 to 6 months. There's no point in journaling a strategy for a month. That just tells you what happened this month. That month is a bad month for that strategy. It doesn't mean it's not got an edge. It doesn't mean it's not profitable. It just means it's had a bad month. SIH had a bad month in January. It's doing fantastic in February. We're only 3 days in. I don't know what it's going to be like, but you can't make a decision on an instrument or a strategy in 4 weeks because the market may sit there and do absolutely nothing for 2 months, 3 months. Yeah. So if you're trading a breakout strategy on the New Zealand dollar Swiss, do you dump it after 2 months because it didn't work? No. You look at it and go, well, it didn't have a breakout. New Zealand dollar Swiss might be probably is one of the best breakout instruments because it's got the Swiss franc in it, because the Swiss franc goes nuts when we have anything go wrong in the world. Brilliant breakout instrument. But you have to have a lot of that information in there. There's all sorts of reasons to journal, and I'm all for it, but trying to write down every trade, if you're trading manually, yes, I can understand it. I used to have a Word document which I created, which had all the rules for my strategies in it. And basically, whenever I saw a setup, I would be tick box on a piece of paper on my desk. Is it this? Yes. Is that met? Yes. Has that happened? Yes. Is that good? No. Okay. It's not a trade. Screw it up. Throw it away. Wait. Really good for stopping you taking stupid trades. But if you get 3 out of 4 and you go, yeah, last time I did that, it worked. That's when journaling helps, because that last 4th bit wasn't met. When you look at the trades over a period of 3 to 4 months and you realize all the ones you took where that condition wasn't met, didn't work, it's not strategy, it's you. That's what you need to find out, what goes wrong. S&P 3R, target 2 hit Dow. Nice clean break on the Dow today. Look at that. Straight down 2R, straight down 5R out. S&P 2R locked in on the S&P as well. NASDAQ still dropping. For our S&P. Good moves on the US. So market really liking this US dollar PMI. It's not the PMI figure. It's Goolsby. So basically, Goolsby undoing what Powell said last week, basically. Couldn't make it up, could you? Talk about infighting, yeah. PMI figure comes out as positive. 5 minutes later, he says, nah, I don't know what he's talking about, Powell, the guy that runs everything, talking about moving it back to May. I still want it to happen in March. Ooh. They don't help themselves, do they? The Fed. They just... I won't speculate on the potential for a 50 basis point cut. Instead, I just upset the market by saying it might be March now, not May, as we said last week. Oh, did the wind change direction? Yeah, let's change the month. So, yeah, I wouldn't hold out your hopes that this is going to continue to do this. This might just all reverse. But anyway, so big, strong push, US carrying on at the moment. Canadian dollar coming down. Not any movement on the US dollar Swiss. So this US dollar CAD rally is off the back of the Canadian dollar dropping. If we look at the pound US dollar and the euro US dollar, you'll see what that dollar really is doing. So we've got an ADR there and an ADR there. Well, it's not even ADR there. Look, so that is the actual news. Look, that's the length of it. Not really a big move, is it? This will probably undo itself. I'm going to close out the S. No, I'm not. I'm just going to move the stop loss down. I'm just moving my stop loss down. I'm quite happy to get out with a 4R on the S&P today because it's a double hit on the Dow. I just want to get the profit locked in there because we've got $114 hedge. So I've got 283 locked in there, 200 locked in there, 150 locked in from this morning, which more than pays for the hedge. So it's a $500 day. So I'm just making sure that is hit. If it continues to just dump, that's fine. I'm just moving my TP down, but I suspect I'll get out on that trailer. Good day. Nice easy one today. About time. I thought you was just going over all your strats. No, that's just position trading. The video. This is my bread. This is great, but this is my bread and butter. This is how I pay the bills. Position trading, how I have done for years. So this SIH and ORB are very, very good at making short-term gains, but they're not. If you look at all the back testing with SIH strategy, you will find a lot of stagnation in it. You don't get that with position trading. Because with position trading and with FX, the market is manipulated. Yeah. Half of this strategy is luck, isn't it? Yeah. Is the market going to go nuts like that, or isn't it? Yeah. It has to do it for us within an hour or so. If it doesn't, the strategy doesn't work. With position trading, I don't care what they do intraday, and I don't care what they do for 2 or 3 days. What they will do is undo that move at some point. So position trading is reliable, stable, and happens all the time, regardless of what's going on in the market. And also the news will very quickly undo positions which are going into drawdown. As you can see with this, it's hit and miss, isn't it? I wouldn't want to rely on just SIH to pay the mortgage, because if you have 2 or 3 months where you can't generate alpha, you're going to be in trouble. My position trading strategy, if you've been in here for any length of time, you'll have seen I never, ever have more than a couple of months negative. And never in a row. I've never had 2 months negative in a row, because if the market is driving like that for an entire month, and I'm just getting into drawdown on something, it will undo. The market does not put in, but it does on individual instruments. It will put in a 1 or 2 month push, as we saw from the pound yen, didn't we? Yeah. Pound yen, this is the biggest squeeze I've ever been in. Here. So the long... No, pound New Zealand, sorry. God, my brain's gone. What was it? Pound New Zealand, wasn't it? September, yeah. So not pound yen. So got in here. Sorry, it was got in there. Let's look at it on the hourly chart. So the initial long was there, wasn't it? I think. And we did 7 ADR. So what's that? 136. No, it wasn't the pound New Zealand. What was it? My brain's gone. 896. Yeah, there we go. So it's there. That's probably the biggest squeeze I've ever been in. And it lasted from 6th of September, and we got out in October. 6 weeks. That's not it either, was it? It's 3 months. That's not the right instrument. Someone reminded me what I got into. Pound US dollar. Thank you, David. August. There it is. Yeah. Right. GU. Aussie New Zealand was last year. So it's GU. So that was basically the longest squeeze I've had, where we got in on, I think it was this extension or that extension. One of those extensions got in long, or it might have even been that one there. So this one here. And got stuck in all of that for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks. That doesn't seem right either. It must have been longer. It must have started up here on the extension up there. It was about 3 months, wasn't it? And that's where we got out on the aggressive exit. Or I got out. But look, how long that push is there. That big squeeze, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks out. Yeah, and it depends when you got into it as whether you were sitting through that as well, which I was. But look at a weekly chart of pretty much any instrument. There's always a pullback. 4 weeks out. 1, 2, 3, drop out. Got to take wicks into account. That's pushed down. You'd have been in there, you'd be out on that. It's 50% retracement. Look, from the, you wouldn't be in necessarily on that very high either. So you look at that there, that wick. So that drop to there, that push to there. That's a 50% retracement. You don't need a 50% retracement to get out of anything. Yeah, everything retraces. So you're not going to get into anything that's like particularly bad on multiple instruments at the same time. I can't even remember what the question was, what I was answering, because I was trying to find what I was looking, what I was in the hedge for. Yeah, right, for reliability. So yeah, this is why I just cover position trading, because this is, you know, even if you get into one squeeze on the pound US dollar. So let's look, September last year. Yeah, so I was in 9% drawdown and 8.5K loss. October, 8% drawdown, 21%. August, 2%, 6%. October, just done that one, haven't we? November, 3%, 13%. Then December. So you see, although they're not massive months, there's never a period where you have 24% there, no drawdown in July. June, 9 grand loss, 23% drawdown. That's the worst month. That was euro yen. It was a lot. Oh, that was a yen squeeze, wasn't it? Yeah. May, 9% drawdown, banked 20%. April, banked 2%, 12% drawdown. So while you're in drawdown on these big drawdown numbers, if you can bank a 5 to 10% month in big drawdown, that drawdown will turn into profit the following month. You tend to bang in a 15, 20% profit after that. Regular as clockwork, because that's how the market moves, market structure. If you're going into drawdown, it means the market structure is pushing and waiting to pull back. So we get out on the pullbacks, don't we? It's regular, and it always has been. Go back in time, as long as time is there. That's what the market does. It moves in market structure. Yeah, sometimes they're bigger pushes than others, and that's where you get fundamental changes where you get caught the wrong side and nothing you can do about it. You can, obviously, you can pay more attention to fundamentals, but at the end of the day, you're always going to get out. But my point is, it's banking constantly, regularly. With SIH, we can be sitting in 10 or 15% profit, and literally you'll have a week where the market will go sideways the whole week, and it will go do that. And it will just stagnate for an entire week and just eat away all of that profit. And it can do that for a period of 3 months. I've seen it. I've tested it. I've watched it do that. Eat the money. So it's a great add-on strategy to use as bunts, and it's going to have some really good months. It has had really good months. I've passed prop evaluations. I've done withdrawals on it out of prop. But it's also going to have times where it just doesn't work. You can't have a strategy that is like that if you're trying to make money out of it on a regular basis. Long term, no problem. The long-term edge on this, it will make money over a year. I have no doubt. Out the S&P second half. 3-bar reversal going in. Look. Might be time to get out of the NASDAQ. I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt that it might drop a bit further, but yeah. Where am I up to in the chat? I've completely lost my track where I am now because I was just waffling. One lonely trader on the beach with his laptop filming the next guru video. Yeah. Did you see that video? Tom Hugard posted a video this morning about this guy, Trading Geek. I've never actually heard of him, but a guy called the Trading Geek, name's Brad Go. He got exposed so badly for being a fake guru that he had to change his channel name and everything, restart. But yeah, be careful who you watch. Yeah, it's interesting. When you say it takes every reversal, subsequent trades in a position have to be at least half an ADR away. Yeah, it's position trading, AZ. Same rules apply. Yeah. We get in on an H1 reversal alert there. Price moves down. If it gives us a reversal alert there, it goes long. Yeah, but if it pushes up, it has to be a minimum of half an ADR beyond the next position when the next reversal alert happens. Target hit on S&P. Good, man. Out the NASDAQ short. Good job, Brian. Seriously considering H1 hedging on your main account. Not bothering with the larger drawdown. Not bothered by the larger drawdown. Wait until you're in the larger drawdown and then tell me you're not bothered by the larger drawdown. Some people may not be. It bothers me, which is why I'm only running 15K on it, because I don't know. The jury's out. I couldn't let last year's results go without me putting this on a live account. I ran this for 9 months solid, fully unattended on the VPS all year, and it produced 140% profit plus. I can't not trade it. But I'm not going in big. I'm still not convinced it didn't have a lucky 9 months. I mean, you got to be seriously lucky to not go wrong in 9 months, haven't you? But that's a good enough forward test for me. However, at some points in that 9 months, if I was trading it with real money, I would have been very uncomfortable. But everybody's got a different comfort level, so we'll see. You'll see me pulling my hair out probably by about March, April, which is why I'm running 3 strategies, because if this one goes tonto, the other 2 are going to pay for it. Wondering if I can handle the headache of managing those positions. You don't need to manage them, AZ. You just need to let the EA do its thing. I'm not managing these positions apart from placing take profits, which literally you need to do once a day. Yeah. So you come in, right? So if you work full time, this is the perfect strategy. H4M5, H4M15 mean reversion, and this are the perfect strategy for people with a job. Yeah. You come in, you turn your laptop on in the morning. When you wake up, you go, right, what are we in? I got a long on that one. Aussie Swiss. I got a long on that one. Aussie yen. Not in it. Oh, sorry, I'm in long, waiting for the next reversal because I just got out of that. Aussie New Zealand, got a long on. Just go for an ADR, or should we go for propulsion? Don't know. Doesn't matter, does it? I've no idea where it's going. So let's target that and see if we get an Aussie dollar move tomorrow morning on the news. That's literally, you're going to do that. It's going to take you 10 minutes, 20 minutes in the morning. Go to work, you come home in the evening. If your TPs have been hit, brilliant. They're banked. You haven't got to worry about it. If you open up your terminal and you look at your trade manager dashboard and you've got a load of stuff that you can bank. Brilliant. Close it. Stick it down there. Go to bed. Wake up in the morning. Rinse and repeat. It's nothing simpler. We're literally getting in on reversal alerts, which means that buyers have taken control of the market. They are either going to remain in control or they're not. If they're not, we'll get in again. And if we've got a sell position on, we will make money while we're waiting to get in again. This is it. It's just another level, if you think about it, beyond position trading, isn't it? You could, if you wanted to, run this with, this is what the M5 hedging strategy on the website and the original one I put in the bootcamp does. It uses ADR. So if you wanted to, you could say, I only want to get in if ADR is below 40 and above 60, and we get a reverse alert. So this one here, for example, that reverse alert that is just about to trigger there, you wouldn't take that one if the RSI level was wrong. So you could set filters on it to give it a little bit more of an edge. But that's not how I ran it last year. So I'm running it how it ran last year, because last year it absolutely destroyed the market. So you can see there's a little level of cautious in my voice. What's Quant Analyzer? It's basically just an analysis tool by Strategy Quant for you to analyze your trades. So you just export your trade history. You just export your trade history, load it. So let's load, I don't know, let's stick November in there. So you just load basically your account history statement, and it will open up and show you everything you need to know. So there's everything I traded in November. There's the profit, 15,931. You got list of all your trades, EA comment, which strategy it was if you're running multiple strategies in one account, but this is all H1 mean reversion. It shows you your equity curve on every instrument. You can filter it down. Gives you a trade analysis, tells you how long you were in trades, what was profitable, what wasn't profitable, when you took them, how long you held for, whether they worked out, all sorts of stuff. It's brilliant. But this is what I'm saying. This is how you analyze whether or not you are profitable. So if I loaded up 6 months worth of statements, for example, in here, and there was something like the CAD Swiss there made a $4.5 grand loss or $4,100 loss. If you load that up and every month that is the same, there's something wrong with either your strategy and the CAD Swiss or the CAD Swiss's movement over the period of time that you've been trading it. Something's wrong, isn't there? If everything is banking tons and tons and tons. Yeah. But there's one thing that just doesn't work, remove it. So next time, you won't have that loss. If you remove the loss, you become more profitable. Which is why I don't trade gold, because I've done analysis after analysis on gold, and I just can't make money out of it with the way that I trade. It doesn't mean that I'm good or bad at it. It just means that I'm not compatible with gold, so I don't trade it. I'm not compatible with oil. I just tried it last year, and I wasn't compatible. I stick to what you know, there's oil in there, look. I made $989, but that was only November. If we look at another month, oil, I made 2,200. I don't know when I lost on oil, but there were months where I lost on oil. But that's what it's for. That's what I use it for anyway. It's basically, it's a tool that's made by Strategy Quant. Strategy Quant are a company that make automated software tools, basically, so you can analyze and build strategies. But it's all to do with back testing and robustness testing. So at the end of the day, you come out of it with a strategy that will or won't work in the future, because all you're doing is you're looking over the history, which isn't going to repeat itself, isn't it? So I've played with strategy quant for many years and never found a way of making it profitable. But the analyzer's great. There's lots of stuff you can use like that. Like Edgewonk is another one. Edgewonk is a software I used to use, which is very good journaling software. It's a very good bit of kit if you are manual trading or you want to do some serious analysis on yourself. This is great. Not free though. That's free. This is $169 a year, which is nothing. It's like literally $18, $19 a month. It's for what it is. It's brilliant. You can just import all of your account history into it and it's done. Really good. Pandress still coming down. For whatever reason, my SIH MT4 opened 2 0.16 shorts, 1 0.16 long, and 1 0.15 long. Not terrible, but why? Don't know. It's probably a rounding issue with your account balance. Close enough. In the grand scheme of things, it's not going to make a massive difference, is it? But it will be to do with balance. So basically, all trades are taken based on your account balance. They are unbalanced, not equity, I think. Or is it equity? Oh, no, sorry, it's equity. There you go. So it's your available equity. So if your equity drops dramatically, right? So yeah, if you're trading on a broker with low margin or low leverage, i.e. high margin requirement, your leverage, your equity might drop quite quickly when it's putting those trades on. Shouldn't do. No, it shouldn't do. I don't know why. I don't know. It's probably a rounding issue. You're probably on the edge of like being a 0.16 or a 0.15. It might be that your actual calculated lot size was 0.0146 or something, and it just rounded one down and one up. Minor details, really. I don't worry about it too much. You could always take another 0.01, couldn't you, manually? TP hit on the NASDAQ. So aggressive exit in play. That's a hell of a drop. Look, we've had literally 10 minutes and 5 minutes buyers. It's solid selling on this thing. So we'll be getting into an aggressive exit on this. Going to have to watch this today for a re-hedge. These markets are melting today. Proper melting. It can analyze your results in detail, has a free version, covers almost everything. Yeah. 5 on Dow. Yep. I'm hedged, so hopefully we'll get a bull run back up. You got hedged on the Dow, did you? Yeah, this is one of the reasons why I have a decent offset, because if you have a massive bull candle at the open or just before the open, i.e. they're buying into the open, you are going to be potentially hit on the back of that long move that's going on. As soon as that candle opens, orders go in and you're hit with that long. But then the initial cash balance comes in and drops it, which would hedge you. So having that bigger offset, but the downside to it is obviously I need to go further to get to target, not just 2R. I need to go beyond 2R by whatever my offset is. So there's a plus side and a downside to having a wider spread. The days where you have a tiny little spread and it just about taps 2R and then bounces back, you'll profit, I'll get hedged. It's always a plus and a minus to everything. There's never a right or a wrong. It's one or the other, isn't it? Okay, so we are coming down to support now on the Dow. So this is the weekly high from 2 weeks ago. So this is that level there, which is where we closed out on Friday last week. That's obviously where we closed out this Friday. So potentially we got a bounce off of the weekly high. So market basically closed the weekly there. We pushed up last week. We're just coming down and retesting the top of that weekly candle. So you often find limit orders and stop orders placed at the highs and lows of the weeks. So might get a nice pullback on this leg from here. If not, we're looking at 175 ADR. That's a hell of a move, isn't it, on the Dow? Look, 175 ADR to the next support. So we'll see if we get some triggers off of that. US dollar's still rallying. So they will still drop. They'll carry on dropping while that US dollar's going. Is your exit on the NAS at 5R? Yeah. So just 5R at the moment. If what I tend to do personally is if ADR is miles away, which it is today because the NASDAQ hasn't moved. Look, the NASDAQ's had a really tight Globex session. So if we've got a really tight session, then I tend to just leave it at 5R. If we've had a decent amount of movement, I'll look for ADR or ideally support. I mean, the ideal is you want to use support. You're much more likely to get a bounce out of a limit order at support or resistance than you are out of ADR. Hey, don't forget, ADR is just a statistic. It's just an average. This is an actual point in the market where price hit, rejected, bounced, and reversed. That is a support resistance. This is just a mathematical statistic. There's no orders at ADR. That's just what, on average, we tend to get to. Yeah, that is actually where we bought from. So always try and go. If ADR line is there, always try and go with the support or resistance if you can, because it's going to be more reliable. This is a propulsion gap. Look. So again, good chance the buyers will add back in here. If we're going to carry on with market structure to the upside, for example, low, high, higher low, higher high. We're looking for a higher low, aren't we? So if bullish market structure is going to continue on the indices, we shouldn't invalidate that low. If it's 50-50, isn't it? We don't know if it's going up or down. At the moment, US dollar is still rallying. I bought the ORB last night and I'm already profiting hugely. Good. Well, you bought on the right day. You couldn't really have not made money with ORB today. It's absolutely killing it. Sorry, I'm just whizzing through the chat. Not reckon the SIH would do really well on futures. You couldn't do it on futures. You can't hedge on futures. It's FIFO. You literally cannot place an order in two directions on futures. Futures works the same way as the banks. Yeah. They cannot be long and short at the same time. Yeah. If you have moved down and you press the buy button, you will exit your short. So you can't hedge on futures. SIH is not possible to trade unless you use two futures accounts. Then you could go long on one and short on the other, yes, but you can't hedge on the same account. Any idea how can one go to a specific date on a chart in MT4? No, never tried. What I tend to do is that. So if I'm looking for a specific date, I tend to find, the date and then draw a line. And then I move it in the middle, go down a time frame, and it will always be in front of you. Little hint. If for some reason, I don't know why it jumped to current time there. It doesn't normally do that. But when you jump down to a time frame lower, what tends to happen is you jump back slightly. But today, for some reason, it's decided to do completely the opposite to what it normally does. Okay, I don't like MT4 anymore either. I don't know why it's doing that, but that's what I do, just scan through the chart. There probably is a way, I don't know. Google that one. Iman Trading, yeah, he was the exposing man. He crushed ICT. Is he the guy that exposed ICT for changing, for, I don't know, manipulating something, wasn't it? Yeah. A lot of them out there. And I love the bit he did about Warrior Trading. That was brilliant. That guy from Warrior Trading. This bloke, this stocks bloke, sells his courses. Yeah, Ross Cameron. His YouTube channel, basically, this guy, and in one video on YouTube, he's earned $200,000 out of one video on YouTube. He sells a course for $6,000. Do you think this guy needs to make money trading? Fake. All fake. I've done his course as well. When I came out of Bulls on Wall Street, and again, that's another, Kunal Desai. He's not fake at all. He trades live, same as I do. He trades live every single day. Every day. You see everything he does every day. Those are the people that you want to be following. Yeah. Yes, Kunal sells a course, but I did Kunal's course. I was mentored by Kunal for 6 months. And then I went off and did Warrior Trading because I liked the idea of penny stocks. You can't even get the order on penny stocks. That's why they're penny stocks. Nobody's trading them. So of course, when they open, they go like that. And do you know what Warrior Trading does? He issues his list of penny stocks to trade today. So what does everybody on his course do? Buys those stocks. What does that do? Pump those stocks, because you only need 5 people to buy 100 stocks, shares, and the thing's going to rocket because there's no other bugger trading them. So what does he do? Get the buy order in before the market opens, tells you to buy it. Then he gets out and it crashes and you're like, I couldn't get out the position. Ah, well, but I made X, Y, Z. Yeah, I'm sure you did because you bought it before the market opened. Pump and dump. Oldest trick in the book. People are paying £6,000 to learn how to get conned by the guy. That's what it was when I did his course anyway. It might have changed now. He might be absolutely fine, but that was my experience. You couldn't even get the trades on. The only reason I haven't started H1 hedging on the main account is because I think I can do similar return with the new EA. You can't because it's not out. Because the biggest reason why H1 hedging does so well is the sheer number of extra trades it takes. With the new EA, you can take lots of manuals. Yes, you could. You could use it for hedging. Thinking about the logic. Yeah. Yeah, so you could use this for hedging. You could do that. Yeah, Warrior was another. Ross Cameron was the first course I bought. Yeah. because he's all over YouTube. Basically, anybody, it's really easy to spot the sharks in this industry. They're all advertising on YouTube and Facebook. If an advert comes up on Facebook or YouTube and they are bombarding you constantly, it's usually fake. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, because if they have got the money to drive into marketing at that level, to have videos that earn them tens of thousands of dollars in revenue just from producing videos, and they sell you courses at 1,000, why on earth would they trade? Yeah, if I was selling you indicators and stuff that I could make 15, 20 grand a month out of, I wouldn't do this, because this is bloody hard work. It's much easier just to tell you stuff and you buy everything. Isn't it? Why would you do that? If you had an income like Greg Secker, right? He's got a wacky great house, a Rolls Royce, a jet, another house somewhere else, this, that, the other, a box, a wall in his bedroom with revolving Rolexes in it. Why on earth would the guy sit at a terminal and trade if he can sell education to that extent that earns him that much money? Why would you even bloody open a chart? Nuts. You wouldn't do it, would you? Yeah. I wouldn't have enough money in my bank account to drive probably a month's worth of advertising on those platforms, which is why there's 77 people here. Yeah. If I did, there'd probably be 1,000 people in here, and I'd be earning X thousands out in revenue out of Facebook, wouldn't I? Out of YouTube. Then I wouldn't be trading. But then again, you wouldn't be here, would you? It's a never-ending cycle. But yeah, his course. This is the thing I find with a lot of this stuff. It makes sense logically. It makes sense on paper. But try and execute it like the Ross Cameron stuff. You try and trade penny stocks at the open. You cannot get an order on. You can't do it. You just can't do it. So the theory and the logic is fine. All these guys like that sell these compounding courses for $1,000, mentioning no names. People out there that own blue Porsches that sell a compounding course for $1,000 and then tell you the compounding course doesn't work. They're selling you the logic behind compounding. Try and compound an account. Yeah. It's all theory. It's all theory. It doesn't work day to day. You can't do it day to day. This is the problem. Spinning Rolexes. He has. There's one of his adverts where Greg Secker's got a wall in his bedroom, or it's a drawer. It's a drawer, I think, isn't it? He opens a drawer, and in that drawer is a glass panel or on a wall or something. And there's just like watches. He's got about 15, 20 watches spinning like that on display. Trading education paid for that. Why has he got to open a chart? He's got more money in Rolexes than I would ever need to pay my mortgage off from people that have paid him to learn. I don't know what they learned. We had somebody in here that used to work for him who's told us exactly what he did. He got taught how to deliver a course. The guy that taught these people how to trade was pulled in off the street, never traded in his life, and taught how to deliver a trading course. Never traded ever. And yet somebody else bought that for $6,000 or whatever. I don't know what it costs. I haven't looked at the prices. Any update on the new EA? Yes, it's here. I've been working on it again this morning. It's going to go into live testing next week. So hopefully. Yeah. It's doing all right. It's banked 25 grand. But it's not actually doing anything at the moment. It's just taking trades, which just shows you how obviously easy this is to do, because all it's doing is taking trades at random pretty much, and it's made 25 grand. We like it. I've discovered the Holy Grail, everybody. You can have it for just $999. I think he got busted by the SEC. Who did? Ross Cameron? Did he? 3 million in fines. For pump and dump. Yeah, I mean, that would make sense. If you are offering advice on penny stocks traded through the probably through the CME, wouldn't it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure the SEC would be knocking on your door. Yeah. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff like that going on. It's a numbers game, isn't it? Right? There's that Iman trading video showed you the numbers, and it was like he only needed to convert. Not was it 0.14 or something % of his subscriber base into course purchases to earn 6 figures a year, 200 grand or something it was, by converting 0.1% of his subscribers to actually buy the course that he was selling. Unbelievable amount of money people are willing to pay. But the problem is the people that are willing to buy courses are people that can't trade. But they're buying the courses which teach you the wrong theory. They teach you how to lose money, all of them, don't they? It's just mental, this industry. It really is. Nothing you can do about it. All been there. US dollar CAD, we're just up at monthly highs, rejecting, look. So watch this. Candle's just closed. So watch this next hourly candle. See if we can get a pullback. But we're back up. Triple top potential here. So this is either the US dollar getting very excited about that 0.1 miss on unemployment and that positive PMI figure, or it's about to come crashing down. We will find out tomorrow. Bounce on the NASDAQ is underway. So aggressive exit is on. So I'm just going to watch this. So I'm looking for basically a pullback. It doesn't matter if it does that, as long as it does that. Before it does that, we'll be out. In fact, I might close this manually. Actually, I won't. If I can get break even on it, I might just shut it, because everything else has worked out really well today. This propulsion gap is probably the area that we'll find any sellers in if we are going to pull back. I just think if you look at H1 hedging, it always has like 2 to 3 times as many trades on. Yeah, because it's an always-in strategy. It's always in everything all the time. Well, not all the time, but most of the time. That's the thing. This is why it works so well, but also why it can get into substantial drawdown. Yeah, if the Australian dollar figure comes out as a negative tomorrow, that lot's all going drawdown. So you just got to be, it's this, like I keep saying, so bank's another 1% today. We're up to nearly 9% on the month. I'm still dubious. Although I've seen this thing play out, you can't give yourself any more confidence in a strategy than forward testing it live for 9 months. Yeah, it was on a demo account, but it was forward tested live. It was set, running, off you go. Trade that account. Let's have a look at you in 6 months. Came back 9 months later at 140%. You can't give yourself any more confidence that a strategy works than that, can you? However, there's always this thing in the back of my mind that's going, I saw that in 30% of drawdown, and I'm not going to enjoy it when we get there. And I know we're going to get there because we did last year. So there's always that thing in the back of your head. And that's why I don't like the strategy, because of the drawdown. I'm drawdown adverse, which is why I trade the way I trade, because I don't like giving my money away all the time. I don't mind being in some drawdown, but masses of drawdown is almost like giving it all away again, isn't it? But we'll see. I said I might regret this strategy, but anyway. Got it. Press enter and then type the date, month, year, and press enter again. That's the symbol period box. You can type a date in there, can you, as well? 21st of the 11th, year, 23. You got to take that off, obviously. So it does. Well done. There you go. So that's how you jump to a date. But make sure you untick the auto scroll if you've got it turned on. What's that 25 grand as a percentage? I don't know what that means, Steve. 5 grand as a percentage. Don't know what I mean. Yeah, Ross got slaps, yeah. Warrior Trading refunds. FTC returns money to people who paid for Warrior Trading's investment programs. Right, that's slightly different to selling courses. It was obviously running investment programs. I mean, if he's got the money to settle as well, the guy must be so minted. If you can settle with the FTC, i.e., you've got enough money in the bank spare to settle 3 million. Warrior Trading showcased the trading results of Ross Cameron, claiming that his strategies were both profitable and scalable. The vast majority of customers actually lost money trading on top of the thousands they paid Warrior Trading. So this is exactly what I was saying. I could not get those trades on. He called the trades. We took the trades. Never got filled or never got filled at the price. And you just couldn't do it because there's no liquidity in the market. A penny stock, something that's trading at 20 cents, there might be 5 grand sitting there per tick. You dump 5 grand in the market, the next person can't get it. He dumps 5 grand, he can't get that. The next person gets that. If you're fifth in line, the entry was there, you get in there, Ross gets out there and takes all the profit. It's a pump and dump scheme. It's the scams you get all the time in crypto, the pump and dumps. It's like me saying, right, this is why I trade what I trade. Yeah, I don't trade crypto and all that crap. This is why I trade this. If I told everybody in this room now, and you all told 100 people you knew, so we had 7,500 people, and I told you all right now to press the sell button on US dollar CAD, and we dumped 2.5 million in the market, it wouldn't move. Because there's $7 trillion going through this market every day. I couldn't pump and dump this if I wanted to. If I phoned Barclays up and told them to dump it, they still couldn't move it against HSB and Citibank. But a penny stock with no liquidity that jumps from 1 cent to 10 cents, if you put $1 million on there and take it off there, that's 10 million you just made out of the idiots that just pushed the button and couldn't get the price. It's the same thing as the GameStop. That was a pump and dump. GameStop. The guys that got in early made a fortune. The guys that got in late lost their houses. The same as crypto. Everyone got in early and everyone got in late, dead. So I'm not surprised. But yeah. Interesting. I didn't know that. I just don't pay any attention to any of it. Apart from the guys that come up on YouTube. You know who they are. He's one of them. And he's still doing it, isn't he? Well, he's still doing it. We just looked at his website, didn't he? Don't go and use... I've just been on about this. If you go now and sign up for this, it's on you, not me. Still going, though. Look. Got 3.5 grand, right? Go and walk into a casino. You've got much more chance of coming out with some money, haven't you? Mental. Closing the NASDAQ. Flat NASDAQ, $30. So out across the board with a profit today. Job done. Live, on stream, nothing hidden, no magic, no smoke and mirrors. You've watched me trade it. What I do every day. I was just trying to think of something clever I could say then, but I can't. It's what it is, isn't it? See, the RoboForex Infinity is out. Yeah, I'm not sure about that either. Yeah. I'm not sure about this thing. Basically, they're just, it's a way of just kind of stinks of pyramid scheme to me, this thing. I did read up a little bit about it the other day. It's kind of like a glorified affiliate scheme, isn't it? I know. I need to look into what it actually is, but yeah, they were selling a robot as well. There was something about a robot, an EA that they developed, and I was like, seriously, a broker selling an EA? That can't be good. What's a broker's job? To get you to press the buy and the sell button. Why? Because they make a swap, a commission, and a spread out of every single time you press the button. What do you think their EA is going to do? Press the button a lot. Run a mile. Don't know how they sleep at night. On a very comfortable multi-millionaire bed made of money. New EA, Steve. What's that 25 grand as a percentage? 15%. It's a 20k account. 200k account. $220,000. So that's 12%, something like that. But just ignore that. It's just rubbish. Yeah. I'm testing it on the 1 minute chart using 15-minute RSI extensions and ADR reversals. Yeah. It's trading chop, algorithmic chop. And it's also trading me doing things like this. Yeah. I just press the buy and the sell button there to test stuff. And I'm closing this out. So those results are not results. They are just testing. Do not think it's only going to generate that revenue. Probably will, but yeah. I haven't done any testing at all in the strategy tester yet. Literally nothing. So that's my next stage, is to put it in the strategy tester this week. Coding's all done. Initial coding. There's lots of other stuff I want to do with it, but I want to get it working basically in its simplest form and then develop it once I'm using it. So Greg even taught one of his gardeners to trade. I know, that was one of his adverts, yeah? And it's one of those, this is the thing with these adverts, is like, I taught my gardener to trade. Really? Really, Greg? Is he still your gardener? I think he probably is, isn't he? Did he make any money, Greg? No. Don't think he did he? Because he's a gardener. Not that there's anything wrong with gardeners. It's just, he's still the gardener, isn't he? Yeah. What you're saying is, your course is so simple, a gardener could do it. So what you're really doing is demeaning gardeners. Good way to sell a course. You won't be selling it to any gardeners, will you? Like me saying, go and get a job in McDonald's. People that work in McDonald's don't like me. And they say crime doesn't pay. Yeah. Exactly. That was my first thought. Pyramid scheme. Yeah, I'm not sure about that infinity thing. I'm a little bit worried about it, to be honest, because it's not. I don't want Forex to go down the route of gimmicks. They're a really good broker. They've been around a very long time. And it sounds to me like I introduce you lot via Infinity and I get a cut of everything you spend, which is great for getting new people into Forex, I guess, and great for me, I guess. But you don't need. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I need to read up on it and find out what it is. But they're promoting it quite hard on their. Can't type Forex. They're promoting it quite hard. Look, on the homepage of their website. So you land on here, which is a broker website. And the first thing you're presented with is, "Come and get a load of people on board for us," type thing, which is not what normally brokers do, is it? So I'm a bit unsure of. It's just a partner program, isn't it? So it's an affiliate scheme. So if you lot all closed 1,000 lots on the DAX and held 1,000 lots overnight, I'd earn $1,276 from you. You got to go some to put $1,000 lots through the DAX, haven't you? That's a big amount of money. I don't know. Need to look at it really. Right, so out the indices, all good, all done today, nice and easy. So yeah, straight money across the board. The highs on the US dollar CAD have been hit. So we are still rallying today, but if you look at the US dollar pairs from an ADR perspective, we've only had US dollar CAD hit and pound US hit. So that US dollar move isn't actually that big. It's more the indices selling off than anything, isn't it, today? So there's a couple of other ADRs, euro pound. So I'll be getting into a euro pound short in a second. Not in a second, but if we push down another 7 pips. So obviously if that hits by the end of the day, I'll get into that one as well. And the pound Swiss, we'll be getting into that long as well today. So there's 2 potential trades today, which is good. But at the moment, just waiting for stuff to play out. Right, that's all I've got for you today. So, been quite good fun this afternoon, isn't it? I like talking about naughty people in this industry. I'm going to have to go and watch some of that in that guy's YouTube because I haven't actually seen his stuff before. I don't think I've seen this stuff about ICT. I didn't know it was him that did it, so it might be interesting to see who else he's kind of digged into and exposed. If you really want to ruin your day, go and have a peek at William Brown, Mr. Mechanical. He spills the beans on his business model. William Brown? Who's that? Oh, WB Trading. I didn't even know that was his name. What's this, on YouTube he's done this, is he? He hasn't even got a link to YouTube on it. What a rubbish website. God, it's just a bog standard WordPress website. I'll have to have a look. I can't find... Where's his videos? Don't know where it is. WB Trading, is it genuine? I've no idea. I don't know. I've never traded with them. I've never done his course. So I don't know what he does. But anybody that's got this stuff, yeah, reviews like this, little tip, yeah, you save that image, let's call it whatever, screenshot. Go to Google image search. There's only that one. Quite often when you do it with these, because you know you can buy these on Fiverr, these people that do these reviews, yeah? If you go and search for them, you'll find when you do a Google image search, they'll come up on loads of websites doing reviews, because you can basically, you pay $10 and they'll do a review of your website. So quite often you search for these people and you'll suddenly find he's reviewing a gardening glove, or he's reviewing some web design company, or, you know, it's just a load of rubbish most of the time, all of these things. When you see this on any website, just like run a mile again. But I don't know if he's any good or not. I've never used his strategy. I don't know what his strategy is. It's a mechanical trading strategy. That's all I know from his advert. But if he's put a video about how he makes money, I assume he's telling everybody that he makes his money through selling his course, which doesn't seem to be on there anymore, does it? Has he gone pop or something? I don't know. Checking availability. See, it's all like this crap. Just squeeze pages and get you on mailing lists and all that sort of rubbish. Yes, it's totally genuine. Made all on one page on WordPress. The other is make the fake reviews. I don't know. I can't say, I cannot confirm or deny whether it is genuine or not. Because I've never done it. But apparently he gets in and he targets a specific level every day and does the same thing over and over again, and there's an edge, which absolutely agree with. You can do that. You two, under William Brown, young bloke, and he's doing a masterclass for 20k and people are paying. So it's not this guy. Different one, is it? I don't know. Oh, here you go. Oh, a different one. This is a different one. How I made 16 million, so you can just copy me. He's just a YouTuber, isn't he? Basically, I guess. I don't know. There's lots of ways to make money out there. I just picked the hard one. Anyway, I'll let you go. Paid reviews, yeah. That's Mr. Mechanical. Yeah, this is Mr. Mechanical. His adverts for his mechanical trading system. Everybody that's used my mechanical trading system has passed their prop evaluation, eventually on their 74th try. So they've only lost 74 times $500 before they got their actual funded account, which they blew with my mechanical trading system in week 1. I don't know if that happened or not. I'm just saying that might have happened. You never know. Right, I'm going. Bye. I'll be back tomorrow. 7:50 same time for Frankfurt, 2:20 for the New York session, and we'll see how we're getting on with this US dollar. See if we've got this continued strength. So this may well be a continuation, which is fine because obviously it will come back at some point. But yeah, rallying at the minute. So so yeah, I will be back tomorrow morning, 7:50 for Frankfurt. I'll be in YouTube. I'll be in Telegram if you need me. Other than that, have a good day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.